All right, today we're going to tackle a really fundamental concept in business, the critical difference between being effective and being efficient. We're drawing on some fantastic insights from Mohammed Ajlouni, and trust me, this is a distinction that can literally make or break a company.
So let's start with a little story. Picture a factory, okay? This place is an absolute powerhouse. It's churning out a massive 10,000 units every single day. And get this, it's doing it at the lowest possible cost. I mean, on the surface, this place looks like a dream, right? A perfectly run machine.
But here's where the story takes a turn. Despite all that incredible output, despite those rock-bottom costs, there's a huge problem hiding just beneath the surface. The people this factory is supposed to be serving, its customers, well, they are not happy at all.
And we're not talking about small stuff here. Orders are showing up late, consistently. When they do arrive, the products don't even meet the specs a lot of the time. So naturally, customer complaints are just piling up. Something is very, very wrong here.
So, that brings us to the big question. The whole reason we're here. Is this factory's operation efficient, or is it effective? Or, just maybe, it's neither of them. Let's dig in and figure this out.
Okay, so to get to the bottom of this, we've got to define our terms. Let's start with efficiency. The key phrase you need to remember, the one to lock in your brain, is that efficiency is all about doing things right.
So what does that really mean? At its heart, efficiency is all about how you use your resources, your time, your money, your materials. The whole focus is internal. It's about minimizing waste, slashing costs, and making every second count.
Think of it this way. It's all about squeezing more out of what you already have. You know, producing more units without hiring more people, cutting down on scrap material, making sure your machines are running nonstop, and driving down that cost for every single item you make. These are the classic signs of a well-oiled machine.
So if you boil it all down, when you talk about efficiency, you're really just answering one simple question. Are we using our stuff well? Is there any waste?
Okay, so that's efficiency. Now let's flip the coin over and look at its counterpart, effectiveness. Because if efficiency is about doing things right, effectiveness is all about doing the right things.
And this is where the focus totally shifts. It's not about the process anymore, it's all about the outcome. Effectiveness is about achieving the results you set out to get. It's an external focus on meeting customer needs and, actually accomplishing what you're in business to do in the first place. And you can really see the difference here. We're talking about things like delivering when you promised you would, making sure the product is exactly what the customer ordered, actually producing something people want to buy, and keeping the quality top-notch every single time. It's all about the end result from the customer's point of view.
So let's put it this way. If efficiency is asking, are we using our resources well? Effectiveness is asking something totally different, but just as critical. Are we actually achieving the right outcomes?
And here it is, the simplest way to lock this in your brain. Look at this side by side. Efficiency is the how. It's about doing things right. But effectiveness, that's the what. It's about doing the right things. It's such a simple but powerful distinction.
Okay, but this isn't just some abstract business school theory, right? Let's look at a couple of case studies where this plays out in the real world. This is where it all becomes crystal clear. All right, first up, let's go back to that factory we talked about at the beginning. This place is the poster child for being super efficient, but completely and totally ineffective. Just think about it for a second. The factory is a star at low-cost production. The machines are always running at full tilt. But who cares? None of it matters because they're efficiently making the wrong product or delivering it late. They've become masters at doing things right, but they're doing the absolute wrong things. Okay, so now let's flip that completely on its head. What does it look like when you're super effective but painfully inefficient?
So in this world, the customer is over the moon. They're getting exactly what they want, right on time, and the quality is amazing. But here's the kicker. The company is hemorrhaging money to make it happen. Costs are through the roof and resources are being wasted left and right. So yeah, you're doing the right things, but you're just not doing them well. It's not sustainable.
So it's pretty clear, right? The goal isn't to pick one over the other. The real magic, the holy grail of operations, is finding that perfect balance, that ideal state where you are both incredibly effective and highly efficient.
So what does that perfect operation actually look like? Well, it's kind of like a four-part recipe. First, you've got to deliver the right product at the right time with the right quality. That's your effectiveness. And then you have to do all of that at the lowest sustainable cost. That's your efficiency. You see,
They have to work together.
Now just take a look at this table for a second, because this shows how easily things can go wrong in day-to-day decisions. A manager might think, hey, let's produce huge batches to lower our cost per unit. That sounds efficient, right? But the ineffective result is a warehouse full of stuff nobody's buying and major delays on other orders. Or how about maintenance? Delaying it to keep the machines running seems efficient for a day or two until one of those machines has a massive breakdown and suddenly nothing is getting produced. That's the most ineffective and inefficient thing that could happen.
And this brings us to a huge, super common mistake that a ton of companies make. They get obsessed with efficiency metrics. They track every single penny, every second of productivity. But they completely forget to measure if they're actually being effective. You know, things like, are we delivering on time? Are our customers actually happy?
So really, the main takeaway here, the thing you absolutely have to remember, is that you need balance. Without effectiveness, without doing the right thing, all your efficiency is completely meaningless. You just get really good at making something nobody wants. But on the other hand, without efficiency, your effectiveness can't last because you'll just burn through all your money and resources.
And that really brings us full circle to this powerful insight from Mohamed Ajalouni's analysis, and it just perfectly sums everything up. Success is not just about how well you perform, but whether you are performing the right work in the first place. So the ultimate question you have to ask isn't just, are we doing things well, but are we even doing the right things? And that right there is the difference that truly matters.